just left the house to run some errands, and I am here at the Benjamin Moore and Farrow and Ball paint store. So I'm gonna go pick up some paint samples for baby boy's nursery. I think we want to do like a dusty blue, but I'm also kind of like loving a little hint of green lately, just like kind of a muted color per usual. But I think it would be fun to just paint that room and just make it a little bit different, so why not? The thought of taking on a paint project right now, I'm not gonna lie, sounds a little bit daunting. I was really looking into like doing some sort of like texture on the walls, like a lime wash or some sort of like plaster type thing, and I was like, you know what, I can't. I'm probably just gonna do like a standard paint, just like paint, you know, the trim and the doors and all of that the same color, just because it just sounds easier, to be honest. But yeah, I'm gonna go pick up some paint samples and then try and decide on which colors we like, and then of course then come back and get an actual sample. So today I'm just getting like the colors, and then I'll get an actual sample that we'll paint a few on the wall to decide from. So yeah, step one on baby boy's nursery, so I'm so excited. Okay, so I have finally narrowed down all the huge stack of blues that I just picked up from Benjamin Moore and Farrow and Ball. So I'll show you these ones first because these are kind of like the top in my mind, which this is the Farrow and Ball paint sample booklet that you can get. And then these ones are Benjamin Moore. I'm still debating on whether Farrow and Ball is really worth the price tag. Let me show you guys the prices really, well, I'll show it to you after the colors. But I'm looking at both Farrow and Ball and Benjamin Moore. I've never used Farrow and Ball before, but I figured I would at least put them in the running just to see how we like the colors. And I have heard such great things about this light blue color right here. So this one's actually in the very much lead for me. Like, I think this might be #1 at the moment. I really, really like the color of that. I also really like this blue gray, but I think I like that this is just a slight more blue and a little bit more light. This Booth Bath Gray is a really popular color, so I've seen it in a lot of pictures and they look really good in photos. So yeah, I really liked that one. These ones are a little bit dark, but I also really like it. So I'm just, I don't know. And then, sorry if you hear my dog. He's like snorting in the background. He can't breathe very well. Poor Hobbs. And then I have some of these colors, which I want Taylor just to take a look at and to see if he likes any of these. They're all very similar, but there's just like different shades of blue, green, gray kind of going throughout these, and I like these ones also. But anyway, so in this room, this is going to be the rug that we'll have in here. This is like a little play mat from Gather, which we'll probably have out. But in this room, we're going to paint the walls and the trim, all the trim in the windows, all the same color. We're also going to paint the doors. So these doors will be painted that same like dark blue. You guys are gonna make fun of me because I literally put all of these black hardware throughout our house, but I kind of want to change the hardware. So that's like something that I think I have to convince Taylor on, because I know he's not going to be on board with that. But we'll paint the walls, the doors, the trim, windows, everything's going to be the same blue. And then we're actually going to keep the ceiling white. And the reason we're doing that is because the can lights, they have like a white surround to them, so we would have to paint those, and I just don't really feel like dealing with that. And then same with this grate, we would have to paint the same color blue. So we're just gonna keep the ceiling white since I actually don't mind that at all. The curtains that we just put downstairs from 2 Pages, this is the same like swatch. These are the swatches for curtains that they have. And they have this really beautiful blue color. I feel like the coloring of this camera is not really matching well, but they have this really cool like dusty kind of gray blue color for curtains. So I think I'm gonna do a blackout, like just do 2 panels, like one on either side, and then also do some sort of different roller shade that's blackout. So I actually might do like a Roman shade or do something more exciting, but definitely getting rid of these ugly, cheap, just wood shades. So. put 2 coats on and let it dry overnight. So these are our samples. I honestly am so conflicted. I really like all of them for different reasons. I don't know, I just like can't decide. I've already started moving all of my desk stuff downstairs. I already took one of the monitors off. We're moving this into my bedroom and I'm like really sad about that just because I feel like a bedroom is a place of peace, relaxation. I don't want to see my monitors or remind me of work in any shape or fashion. So it's just not really the most ideal situation, but I don't really have a space other than our bedroom. So we're moving it downstairs. We think about sometimes putting an office space in, like building out our closet a little bit and like having a little space where I can put my office in the closet. But I just feel like it would be a good solution because it's kind of like tucked away, your computer monitors aren't out. It's just a room we don't really use except for our clothes, obviously. So I feel like it makes like a good solution. However, we would literally have to build it out. So maybe in the future we'll do that, but right now we'll just put this downstairs in our bedroom. I am looking at furniture options on how to like hide like a desk space, but not make it look like cheesy hidden, because I feel like sometimes that can look kind of cheesy. So I don't know, obviously I'll show you guys or share with you guys whatever we end up doing with my desk space, especially if you're in a location where you don't have a lot of options for your workspace as well. I feel like this could be helpful, maybe, if you guys are interested in it. So yeah, my next step is just to finish moving all of this stuff downstairs. We just moved my desk space downstairs into my bedroom. And I just don't know how I feel. I'm really like struggling with the thought of having an office in my like bedroom situation. But you know, you gotta like give and take when you only have a certain amount of rooms in your house. So I think it'll work for now, but the one thing that is driving me crazy is this desk is way too big. Just like way too big for this space. It's like jetting out. I need to fix these cords. I literally just stuffed them all so I could jump on a call. But it like doesn't fit, obviously, because it's like jutting out from this door. So it kind of like blocks the door. And then in addition, we didn't realize or didn't even like think about it. We have a, what's it called? A vent right there. You probably can't see that. But we have a vent right there, and obviously we don't really want to cover it up, so it's partially covered right now with this desk, but I got to figure out a situation where we can have a workspace where we don't cover the vent, but it doesn't jut into the door, and ideally closes up completely at night. So wish me luck on that. So I just got back from the doctor. I saw the high-risk OB that I'm seeing. I don't know if I mentioned this to you guys. I'm seeing a high-risk OB in addition to my standard OB for this pregnancy, just because Shay came early and we had no idea why. So even today, they're like, there's no real reason. My water just randomly broke at 35 weeks and I randomly had a baby and she was very healthy, like didn't go to the NICU, and truly have no idea why. So just because she came early, my doctor recommended me seeing the high-risk OB just to monitor everything and see how everything's going. So everything's going great with this pregnancy, but I did find out today that this baby is very big. He could slow down. It's still early. I'm 21 weeks, like almost 22 weeks. He could slow down, so we don't like know what that means just yet, but he is 94 percentile and I am just a smaller human. I don't know if you guys know, I'm 5'1.5" and considered petite. So I just like, and I like asked her what that meant. She said, yeah, well, you know, if he grows to 11 pounds, then we recommend a C-section. And I was like, what? Like, there's a possibility that this baby could be 11 pounds? Like, that would be wild. I'm not saying that that's his projection, but just, I'm like freaking out because Shay was 4 pounds, 11 ounces. So super tiny. She was like a skeleton essentially. And the thought of this baby being delivered full term, because that's the goal of the high-risk OB, is to get me deliver as close to full term as possible, and being on what they call the larger side is just, I don't know, like delivering a big baby just sounds I'm laughing through the scaredness that I have. It's painting time. I finally just picked up the paint from Benjamin Moore. So I'm gonna start prepping and potentially starting to paint all the trim and doors. Taylor's actually outside doing yard work, so right now it's just me. I do need him to help me with like the taller ceilings and a few of the other things, but I'll probably start getting like the tape together. Like we have to tape all the window panes so that when we paint the windows, obviously like the panes are good to go. Looking at the screen on my camera, it looks really dark here, so I don't know if you guys can see the colors in their true vibrancy, but I did a poll on Instagram, as well as, you know, Taylor and I and our family members and a few people have been over at our house, looked at these, and we've really like analyzed which one we wanted. So I'm hoping to choose a color that kind of feels right, you know, especially because you guys know that my comfort zone is white. Before I tell you which color do you guys think I went with? All right, you ready for me to tell you? We went with this one. This is the third one. So this one is a Farrow and Ball color match. We are using Benjamin Moore paint. So it's light blue by Farrow and Ball. I did try and convince my husband to do Farrow and Ball paint because truly, I've heard the most amazing things about their paint. But trying to convince him to pay $130 for a gallon of paint versus $50 for a gallon of paint was a really hard sell on my end, and to be honest, I didn't care really like that much because it is a nursery, but maybe one day I'll get to see how beautiful Farrow and Ball is. So fully support for Farrow and Ball if you're somebody who decorates your house with that, but I also support those of you who just color match with Benjamin Moore, so that's what we're gonna do. Okay, so I got some packages in, and I've actually had those for at least 2 weeks now. But I figured it'd be time to open them. They're for the nursery, so I've just been leaving them down here because we haven't painted the nursery. So I'm not gonna bring anything up until it's painted up there. But I figured I'd go ahead and open them just in case I need to return something. Hold on. As I was saying, I wanna open these because I just want to make sure that we like what we got so we don't have to return everything, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to like this stuff, so let's open it. Say cheese. Wait, don't touch it though.
Yeah.
Let's do the mirror first.
This one? Big one.
The big one. You can bring the camera towards me. She just can't help herself. All right, so here, we're gonna finish opening them. 1, 2, 3. Here, just don't get on top of it because it could break. All right, this is the first piece from Zara Home. It's just this really big mirror, so I think this will work in the nursery. Fingers crossed. All right, we're gonna open the next one. Which one do you want to open next? That one? Okay, let's open that one. You want to open that one first? All right, what do you think is in this one?
A mirror.
A mirror?
Mirror?
We just opened a mirror. Why would we get 2 mirrors? Oh, this. All right, this was package number 2. It's just this really cool lamp from Lulu in Georgia. I feel like, I don't know, I wanted to go a little bit funky and maybe a little bit trendy in some areas instead of my all classic, just like streamlined look. Hey, let's keep this closed. All of that is breakable. So I went with this lamp. I just thought it would add something a little bit more unique than my usual. Last box, come here, baby. Thank you. All right, last but not least, I mean, obviously I have other stuff coming in too, but these are all that's arrived. But I got these set of baskets also from Lulu in Georgia. Let me get one out. And it comes in a set of 3. And what I thought was really cool about this is you can use these as baskets for their changing table. We could put her like diapers, or I'm sorry, his, because it's going to the boys' nursery. diapers and diaper changing in like maybe these small too, and then you can use this bigger basket to hold books or whatever else you need to on the floor, which kind of matches throughout the room. So I'm so excited. So I just pulled into my house, and you can't really tell I'm not taking my sunglasses off, but I've just been like really upset, like crying in the car. I just visited my OB, the high risk OB that I see, but they basically told me that my cervix is starting to shorten, which is the one of the things that they look for, and potentially what could have happened to my last pregnancy is that maybe my cervix just shortened too quickly too soon, and so Shay just was delivered because of that. And now they're putting me on progesterone to kind of like protect it from continuing to shorten, and they're going to continue to watch it just to see like, is it going to continue to shorten or is it fine? But I'm really freaked out. Like, said it's nothing to worry about, like on a scale of 1 to 10, like 1 being there's no worries at all and 10 being like we need to deliver the baby today. He said it's like a 2, so it's like not that big of a deal, but it's just, I'm just so overwhelmed today in general with just a lot of things that I've committed to for work, and just Shay being home this week and me wanting to be present with her. It's like, trying not to cry on this, but it's like I know that this is like the real life stuff, that like pregnancy is scary. It's like you just want your babies to be healthy and do everything you can as the mom to make sure that they are healthy, and it's like sometimes your body's just, you just can't control it, you know? So hey guys, I hope you're having a good day. So I think the last thing that I filmed on here was me being very upset about some news that I got at the doctor, and it's been like a full week since then. I think it was a Thursday that happened, and the whole weekend and like during the week I was just spiraling with anxiety, thinking about like the worst, and just, I don't know, just feeling like I had no control over my body. And it's just like such a crazy thing, like pregnancy, is you just have to trust the process and just take it as it comes. Like every pregnancy, every baby's different. So it just really, really freaked me out. But I'm on here to say that I'm like kind of laughing at myself, but I'm also like extremely frustrated with this doctor that I saw, because like I said, I see a high-risk OB in addition to my normal OB, so I'm going to 2 different doctors throughout this pregnancy. And the one that I saw on Thursday wasn't even my normal high-risk OB. It was some guy, because the girl that I usually see was unavailable that day. So I saw him. He severely freaked me out. And then on that Monday, I'd already had scheduled my regular OB appointment. And he basically, the guy basically told me that based on what's happening with my body right now, there's a chance that I'm going to deliver early again. And my baby is on the bigger side, so I could have gestational diabetes. So long story to say, I go and see my OB on Monday. So the whole weekend I'm spiraling. I'm like super anxious, very much in my head, crying. I cried a few times about it. Just, I don't know, I was just being really dramatic. But then Monday I go and see my normal OB. She's basically not laughing at me, but just like kind of like the situation was just like kind of intense when it didn't need to be. Even if I did have gestational diabetes, she was like, it's like not, you know, like nothing to worry about, that kind of thing. And we ended up doing an early glucose test, and I do not have it. So I was freaking out again for no reason, because I didn't even know if I had it yet. And then we were talking about the situation with the progesterone and just wanting to keep my baby in and not giving birth preterm. And she was saying, everything to me, based on your ultrasound, looks totally fine, totally normal. There's no indication at this point in time you will deliver early. Yes, you did have an early birth last time, but that does not mean it's gonna happen this time. And everything looks like it's not going in that direction. So I'm sitting here like Googling all weekend, which is like the worst thing you can do. And it's just, I don't know, it's just, I'm like making fun of myself. To bring it even a step further, they had scheduled me, the guy had scheduled me to come back to the high risk OB 1 week later to do another ultrasound, just to make sure everything that he saw didn't get worse within the week, which again, that's just goes to show you how freaked out he was making me feel, that he wanted me to come back within a week just to double check. And I saw my normal doctor, my normal high risk OB, and she came in, she's like, yeah, everything looks perfect. And I'm like, what do you mean perfect? The last doctor that I saw, he like mentioned X, Y, and Z, and she goes, what? I was like, yeah, he like totally freaked me out, and I was like literally spiraling over the weekend. And she goes, oh, I think I know what doctor you saw. And she was like, hold on, let me go check your last week's ultrasound. And so she left and came back, and she was like, nope, that's not at all what was happening. She was telling me that there was an obvious contraction happening when they did the ultrasound, which I don't know if the other doctor just missed that or like what the issue was, but he was measuring everything based on a contraction that I was having, which doesn't tell the full story. So she basically told me that I am totally fine. I have graduated from the high-risk OB practice, and I don't need to come back unless my normal OB says, okay, something's happening, you need to go back there. But it's just like how crazy things can go from you seeing one doctor and then telling you something to just that not being a big issue at all. Do you know what I mean? Like, even if the things that he was explaining to me were happening, he made it sound worse than it even could have been. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, I'm just like in my head freaking out, and I felt so bad for Taylor because he like didn't know how to help because it's like my body, and I just felt so out of control. But the good news is that everything is great right now, so I'm just gonna focus on that. Anyway, so I was gonna end this vlog here, but I did get some packages that I haven't opened yet, so I figured I would open them with you guys because it's kind of fun to share just like what's new and what's out there. The first thing I'm gonna show you guys, I have had this bag for a month. I think they sent it so long ago, and I have not shown it since. I have just been trying to get organized in my closet and stuff, and it kind of just got lost in the shuffle. But look how stunning this bag is. It's from this brand called Open, and I've actually seen Hailey Bieber and Kylie Jenner with a very similar bag from this collection for sure, but they have other really cool designs as well. And it is just so stunning, very, very well made. I just think it's a really cool shape, and it just reminds me of like kind of like a quiet luxury-esque type bag, because I feel like it goes with everything, but it just looks really high end. So yeah, I think it's really cool. Don't mind my bump. I feel like this looks so huge on me right now, but I just feel like it adds a little something. And yes, I am wearing all white, but it's a really cool shape, and it just looks, like I said, kind of like a high-end designer bag. And I thought it was really cool. So this is from Open. I'll link this one below. From my Skin Farm fan. They just launched. I'm so excited for these sweatshirts. Look how cute this crew neck sweatshirt is. I did get an extra large, I believe. Oh, just a large. I did get a large just because I am pregnant, so let me move this back. Okay, I did get a large just because I am pregnant, so I figured this would look very cozy and comfortable. But I think this is so cute. It just has their established in 2017 and the Skin Farm. So it's just a very good like throw on and go type of crew neck. But I believe these are on their website, so I'll link these as well. But I just thought that was a really cute like fall addition to the wardrobe, especially since you guys know I'm addicted to Skin Farm. This next collection I'm really excited to share with you guys. So one of my friends on Instagram, her name is Liz Damrich, just came out with a new collection at Dillard's, which is so exciting. I feel like anytime you see another creator who has a really unique vision come out with a clothing line, it's just really exciting because I feel like it just makes it more unique, more personal as well, because I feel like I've been following her for a while now. She's really talented with interior design, so obviously if you guys like interior design, I would say follow her. But her clothing also is very unique and creative. This is so cute and so perfect for just like a classic piece in your wardrobe. I actually don't have a clutch like this, so I feel like this is gonna come in handy. So a piece of clothing from her collection. I did order these when I wasn't pregnant, so that's how long these have been in the making, but I think these are a perfect pleated pant addition to your closet. They might actually fit. If I pull them up all the way, they might fit pregnant. but I might have to keep these for postpartum. But like, how chic are these? And they're so well made. You can just tell by like the thickness of the fabric and then just like the seams. You guys know I'm all about seams in clothing, so I think this is just such a cute pant to add to an everyday wardrobe. Saison's another brand that I accept gifting from often because their quality of their clothes are so amazing and it's so timeless that I feel like all of their, particularly I love their sweaters, but their dresses as well have been really kind of helping me just have like a long-term option for my closet. So I did pick up another dress, and this one is a wrap dress, so you know it'll look good, super cute pregnant also. And it's this like really nice knit material. It's black, of course, but it's kind of like open knit, almost like a lighter knit material. So I probably wouldn't wear it today because it is so hot outside. It's like 100 degrees in Georgia. But this will be like a perfect transitional dress. I'll try this one on too because you can't really see what it's like just here. But again, it's a classic. I feel like you'll have it for the rest of your life, like that type of dress. All right, here's the Saison dress. Topic. I love this. You can't really, it's hard to see black, but you can see my bump, of course. It's super comfortable, very like form-fitting, but stretchy. So cute. Love. Alright you guys, I'm going to end this vlog here. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. And that is it. So I'll leave you with that, and I'm sure I'll see you guys on my next video.